she go.
There she go.
That's the one I got to know.
Gotta know.
Such a cutie, right? The whole crew is
Now they don't, now they don't, now they don't do that.
Her hair flow when she walk, like a love Jones when she talk. Such a cutie.
Hey y'all, my name's Aaliyah and welcome to my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be doing a story time for you guys about how I found out I was pregnant. Like right now, I am currently almost 3 months. So basically the story starts with me and my baby's father known each other since like sophomore year of high school. And me and him were like really cool. We're like really close. Like even to this day we're still really close, even though he gets on my nerves sometimes. But basically we dated on and off. And then we just decided that we're just gonna stay cool. And so basically, I knew something was off, so to say, because like, first of all, like, of course, you know, the usual, I missed my period, which is normal for me, so that's why I didn't really think much of it. So basically, I just like brushed it off, and I was like, okay, well, my period didn't come, it's gonna come eventually like it always do, and just ruin my whole day. So so the next thing I noticed was like I started to get like nauseous, but like I wouldn't throw up. But I also brushed that off because it's like I always get sick because I have a very low immune system and it just sucks. So that's why I brushed that off as well. And then I started to get a little weary when I knew something was off if I was falling asleep at work. Now I work in a group home, which is normal. And after everything is said and done, all the work, you start to doze off or whatever until your shift ends, which is not normal for me because I normally don't fall asleep at work unless I'm like dead tired. So like fast forward, I'm sitting there Googling my symptoms on, you know, Google, as you're supposed to, because whenever something's wrong, you always want to self-diagnose yourself. So basically, I Googling, and everything's coming up like, you know, pregnant. So I text my best friend, and I was like, hey, I think I might be pregnant. So she's like, okay, well, we're gonna take a test, this, that, and the third, just to make sure. So like, as I said before, I'm always Googling everything. So I Googled how to do like an at-home test, but like not like the regular stick test, but like at-home test. And it was like, if you pee in like a cup and pour bleach inside the cup, and if it starts to bubble, fizz, and all types of like boil over, or if it boils over, depending on how much bleach or whatever you put inside the cup, you're pregnant. And if it doesn't, you're good. So I did that just to see if it was like real or not. And so when I tell you mine started to bubble and fizz like witch's brew, I was shook. So I sent it to my best friend, and so she's like, okay, well, we're still going to take a test. So basically, I just said, can you please just humor me just to see if it actually works? So she pees in the cup, pours the bleach. Hers is about as still as a quiet lake. I was shook. So she's like, okay, come over and we could take the test. I'm going to the store for you right now. That's how I know my best friend is loyal. So at the time, I was with my child's father, and me and my best friend was trying to figure out ways how we could get rid of him because I didn't want him to know. At the time, I didn't want him to know. So I just said fuck it, and I brought him along, but he sat in the car. So I went inside my best friend's house, and I'm texting my other best friend. I'm telling him, I'm like, I might be pregnant, and he's just like, okay. So he's like making like a little joke, like who's the dad or whatever. So I I take the test, and I had to make my best friend step out the room. So I take the test, and literally not even like I want to say like under 20 seconds. That thing came up positive. I was shook. So I'm texting my best friend inside the bathroom, like, we have an emergency. And so she comes into the bathroom and she looks at the test on the counter. And then I look at her, she looks at me, and we're just sitting here like. So she's looking at me, so what you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do, because I was hoping and praying it was gonna come up negative. So she was like, so you gotta tell him and stuff like that. I'm like, oh Lord, this is one thing I cannot tell him. Why? Because, yeah. And mind you, I've been on birth control. I was always on birth control. And so, I leave her house and I get back in the car. And he's looking at me, and so we just go and drop me off at work. So we dropped me off at work, and I had like about 15 minutes before I had to like clock in. So basically, I literally just started to cry. Like, I was texting my guy best friend. I was like, I don't know what to do. This is one of the times I don't know what to do. And he was like, well, you can cry. You're entitled to cry, whatever. So my child's father's just looking at me. He's like, what's wrong? Why are you crying? I'm like, I don't want to talk about it right now. Because as I said, I tell him everything. But this time I just didn't want to tell him anything. So I go into work. And so it's like eating me up inside, because I'm like, I need to tell him. So I text him and was like, I know you're probably gonna be mad at me or whatever, but I'm 8 weeks pregnant. I had to date it back because I'm like, I haven't got my period since April, the beginning of April, and I'm like, bro, it is fucking May. What the hell going on here? And so, basically, he was mad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and lie. He was mad. So, we really didn't talk much that day. We talked about it, but we really didn't talk much that day. So, the next day he's like, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? So he's giving me like his whole speech. He's giving me like a whole entire speech. And basically I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what we're going to do. And I'm like, I am one person, I do not believe in abortions. I don't. It's just who I am. I don't. Because I believe, like, if you get one, okay, cool. That's cool by you. But me personally, if I have a child, I'm not going to get rid of it per se. So we decided, well, he was a little rocky at first about it, but then we decided, like, okay, well, we're going to do this. We're going to do it. We're going to be parents. So, but you know how, like, sometimes there's always doubt, there's always this, there's always that. But then, like, the abortion thing did come up in, like, our conversation. And I cried again. And again, like a little bitch. So, but I guess something was like, you don't need to do this. You are perfectly fine. You don't have to. And I guess it was like a sign from God or whatever. And like, we ended up not getting the abortion, and we're going to go through with the pregnancy and parenting. So, the next thing I know, like, I was like, what happened? And then, like, I told my other friend, Morgan, I told her, and, like, right now the hardest part is, like, trying to tell my family, because we told his family, well, his family, his sisters, and I think he told his grandmother. And, like, the hard part is because my mother is strict, and my siblings, I don't know how they're going to take it. So, but I know my mom is very strict. So, me probably telling my mom is gonna be another video. So, but yeah, as of today, I am 11 weeks, and I guess like it's still overwhelming to me, but I guess it's like subsiding and stuff. And I guess I'm like, I wouldn't say okay with it because, you know, I'm 21, you know, drinking, partying, that's my thing. But I guess the Lord was like, you need to slow the hell down and you need to sit your ass down and grow the fuck up. So, me being the good listener I am, I said, okay, God, I guess we're gonna do this. So, so I guess, like right now, I've been trying to piece and puzzle together how I'm gonna tell my mom, how I'm gonna tell her, how we gonna do this, and stuff like that, because she has like this strong rule, like no babies in the house, no babies in the house. But once the baby's here, I know she's gonna probably change, but it's just the fear of telling her now. But like every day I can feel like I grow attached to him or her. Like I was always fat, like I was always a little chubby or whatever, but like you could start seeing like the little pudge of the baby like trying to show, and like I don't know, and like I'm excited. Me and him did pick names out already for if it's a boy or girl, and he's been like, as after everything, and I guess this is how I see it, but I'm like, I guess he's becoming okay with it, or I know it's not still okay with him, but I know he's like getting there and stuff. He's very supportive of me. He is like always like, he's been there, like he's making sure I'm good. If I'm tired or hungry, he's getting me food, or if or like if I get like really emotional, start self-doubting myself, he's there. He's always been there for me through everything. So like that's one thing I actually care about for him. So he's a cool dude. And I just want to like say thanks to all my friends who are so supportive of me as of right now and stuff. And recently we just told our best friend's parents. His parents are like, well, his stepmother, she's already on it. She has like the crib and everything for the baby picked out and stuff. And so right now we're just trying to, I guess, get our lives together and get ready for little baby Hippo to come. And like my due date is, the doctor told me January, is it between the 13th and the 14th of 2020? And like, I guess the more, and like I've been psyching myself out because like, you know what you do when you're pregnant, you go right on YouTube, you start watching like the labor and delivery videos, you start watching the birth vlogs, you start doing this, you start doing that. And that's what I've been doing almost every other day. And so like I'm like mentally trying to prepare myself and get myself ready for what the hell I'm about to go through. But I do know once I finally tell my family, I guess they're gonna, well, I know they're gonna be there for me and be supportive of me. And I know he's gonna be there going hard 110% for me. And so I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, so sorry. But yeah, so I guess that's my story time of how I found out I'm 21 and almost 3 months pregnant. So like and subscribe, and you can have more story times and whatever else I decide to post on here. I haven't decided really what I'm gonna do yet. I'm tied between like the vlogs and like the other stuff, but probably just gonna do it all. But yeah, so if you like this video and want more story times, just give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Bye.